Okay, we're speaking about something that is, of course, the highlight of the Seder night, which is the matzah. Chilas kezais of matzah. And as I mentioned from the Advaz, there's Sheva brachas. The 7 brachas before the eating of the matzah is to tell you this. Of course, this is the excitement. This is the mitzvah d'oraisa. And many times, unfortunately, there's almost this, I would call it guilt, this feeling of I didn't fulfill the mitzvah. Did I eat enough? Did I not eat enough? The expression of losing the trees for the forest, or the forest for the trees. Meaning to say, Kezayis of matzah Pesach night has a definition, has a shear. If a person has a difficulty, and a person is going to eat matzah and mamish stuff himself, and then he's going to be depressed and sad, be a bad husband, a bad father, be sick for the rest of Pesach, I don't think that's the right thing to do, and I'll explain. If the shiurim with taka to eat by, if you count the amount of matzah that a person's supposed to eat according to the, again, assumed kezesim, it would be 5 kezesim. If you machmir on shiurim, you'd almost end up eating 5 hand matzahs. That's a lot of matzah for a human being to consume. Let's discuss the ikar shir of a kezais. Ikar shir of a kezais, according to many poskim, which we mentioned a few weeks ago, the Chazon Ish himself says the ikar kezais is according to the olive size that you find in the store today, which averages between this size and maybe a little bit bigger. What that would constitute in a matzah and a hand matzah would be 1/15 of a hand matzah. Take a hand matzah, cut it into 15 parts. It's quite a small part. Sometimes you look at some ladies or men that are by the third kezais with a kerech, they're having like this tiny piece of matzah, and you look at them and say, yeah, you think you're fulfilling mitzvah? Yeah, the 1/15 probably equals that small little piece. I'm not saying that for the ikar kezais, which is 1 kezais, to be mekayim the mitzvah d'oraisa, you need 1 kezais. And that 1 kezais, even if the one is going to be machmer, again, if someone can handle it, it's beautiful. But I think the avoid of this generation is not to be consumers, but to figure out how to enjoy what we have. The right measurement. The right measurement even for those that are machmir, and that means that we double the kezesim based on the idea that the eggs became smaller, which that almost is proven is not correct. But that already, Mishnah says one should be machmir. But even those chumras takes you to about, it's 2/5 of a hand matzah, or 4/5 of a machine matzah. That's not so much. That's covering the 2 kezesim, because the second kezais is already the rabbanan. So a little bit less than half a hand matzah is already being mekayim the mitzvah d'oraisa, even lechumah. I'm telling you, there are greater shiurim than that, but a person should know the ikar shiur. And the rest of the kezesim, a person should know that 1/15 of a hand matzah, and much less when it comes to a machine matzah, is already a kiyum of the mitzvah, the rabbanan, the rest of the kezesim, which are 4 other kezesim. The ikar, I think, of matzah, of course, is the chiyuv d'oraisa, is the kavana. Mitzvah d'oraisa needs kavana. The ikar kavana is the fact that Hashem told us, be'er toichel matzahs, to eat matzahs. But there's a deeper kavana. There's 2 kavanas that Chazal tell us when a person's eating matzah. And at least in the 4 minutes that you have, there are those that try to eat it much quicker. 4 minutes is a good shear. The Mishnah actually holds that you can have up till 9. But in those 4 minutes, to think about 2 things. Number 1 is that this is the matzah that we ate in Mitzrayim when we were in servitude. Because this is a type of poor man's bread. It really is someone, in fact, Ibn Ezra writes, when he was in jail, I think in India, they gave him matzah because it was the easiest thing to digest. On the other hand, the matzah is also Hashem HaGeula, which if you think about it is so beautiful that the same item, the same mitzvah, the same matzah that represented poverty, represented the worst afflictions ever, ends up being the matzah of Geula. Those are the 2 intentions that we should have when reading matzah, and we should enjoy it. Alright.